Hello everyone. This is a short video to create the line graph on Tableau. This is line graph. I have a few extra features. I'll show you how to synchronize the axis. I'm going to use the our case study as an example here to give you some direct help here. Um, Especially in part two, we're looking at whether or not there's some type of fraud happening in the firm. The way to get started is looking at the purchases and sales of the firm. So I've already created a calculated field here, purchase and sales. Let me show you what that looks like. I'll start with the sales here. So I start off with I've created an if statement. If the transaction type is S and the subtotal is greater than 0, then I'm going to include it. Otherwise, it's 0. This is really optional, but I'll leave it in there. The reason why I kept everything the greater than, there are some values that are negative, and same with the purchases. We kind of want to just look at the outflows here, as in like the actual transactions. If they were, there's probably some, there could be some returns or some kind of, settlements later, early in the year or later in the year. Let's remove those cases and just look at just simply the outflows here. Okay, in terms of outflows, as in like the transactions that occurred. Okay, so this is looking at all the transactions, regardless of what happened at the end. Okay? So this is a condition I said. Okay, I want to say okay. And then same with the purchases. If I look at it, I've added the clause where I want the subtotal value to be converted, so I'm only looking at positive values. Okay, I'm going to say okay. Let me start by looking at the sales line graph. Sales in my rows here. I'll turn it into a line graph in a second. And let me do it by the transaction date. Put down the column. Right now, this is a cumulative per year. Okay. I probably don't want it in this form. I probably want to see maybe like a month-to-month change over the years. And let me also, before I forget, let me start with the side code filter. So I'll put that side code filter here because I probably don't want to look at it in aggregate. I probably want to look at it by different sites because that's a fact that in the end, I want to figure out which site has this issue. So you can toggle and then click on different states, and it's aggregating that, but you can look at it separately, okay, or together in some combination. Let me, for this demonstration purpose, I'll just do a single value list here. Yes, I can select one state at a time. I can look at it. So this gives you the aggregate. I probably don't want to look at it in aggregate here. I want to look at the month value. So I'm going to go to drop down here. I can select the month. Okay. If you select the month here, this is also going to be a problem though. Okay. So this gives you the 12-month. The values you see here though is an aggregate for all the months. So for example, this October value is sum of all the Octobers across all the years. That's probably not what we want, right? We want, the changes from one October to the next as well. So I'm going to go to drop down and then select the month down here. This will not turn this into a continuous variable. If I look at it now, now these values are for every month of the year. Okay, so this is look at California here. This is the sales of California from 2012 to 2015. This should be December 2015. Okay, so that's sales. Now I'm going to add in the purchases. I'm going to add it to here, and this gets added as a line graph. It's probably good to have this in one graph to make a comparison. So then what I can do is just click on the pill up here and then go to dual axis. Okay, now it's going to have dual axis, the left side representing sales and the right side representing purchases. This might look okay, but I think this is actually confusing because the two axes have different scales. So I'm going to make them into, I'm going to synchronize the scales. So I'm going to right click on purchases and click on synchronize axis. And so now on the left side to the right side, they're using the same axis scale. So now you can make a commitment. So I think the purchases should be lower than sales, right, to make a profit. So that makes sense. And if I probably don't even want the two, since they're the same, I probably don't want it in two separate sides like this. You probably just go here, and then I'm going to do edit axis. I'm going to change it so that I can change the name here, the title here, sales and purchases. Okay, and then I think I can keep everything the same. Okay, and then I can do hide the side here. Okay, so I can select show headers here. Now it's hidden, right? So now this shows you the sales trend and a purchase trend of California. You could kind of toggle between different states. I probably maybe if you want to add a extra feature here, you can. I'll do that in a second here. But you can toggle through or click through different states and see what they look like, right? So, and you can look at the overall as well if you want to do. Okay. So now a few other things you might want to add here. Let's see. I can add a trend line. So I'm gonna go to the analytics tab here. I can go to average line. Let's look at the average line here. So I can click on average line. Give me a second here. Let's add it to table. I'll do it for sum of sales. Okay, and then we can you know what, let's do a trend line instead of not the average line. Let's get rid of the average line here. Remove. I don't want the average. I'm sorry, I want a trend line, right? I want to see how it's trending. So linear. Let's do sales first, and then I'll do also a trend line for the purchases. I'm just clicking and dragging it. Once I put it on the canvas, this box pop-up box will show up. I can put it in the right I guess a cell or pill shape. If you hover over these lines, see how it's trending, right? So I have the true trend lines. I can again toggle through different different states here and then see the different trends here, right? So this is a great way to kind of see where the purchase and sales are going for each one of these states. Okay, so I'll post other videos here to help you out, but this is one if you want to make a line graph with a single y-axis and to add a trend line. Hopefully this helps. Thanks. Take care. Bye.